Today on The Young and the Restless, Chance reports a break in Sharon's case, Nikki and Victoria learn Jordan is out of prison, and Daniel tries to talk Phyllis out of her plans. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Claire arrives at the ranch and apologizes for keeping Victoria and Nikki waiting. They notice she's shaking, and Nikki asks if this is about Ian Ward. Claire says it's not, but it's just as bad. She tells them they have to agree to keep this between them before she explains. They agree, and Claire says Jordan has escaped prison. She's there in Geno City, and she just spoke to her face-to-face. Nikki has to tell Victor. Claire tells her she can't. Victoria says they'll wait, and Nikki apologizes. Claire tells them Jordan is bitter and didn't give specifics on how she got out or how long she's been in town. She's still out there and she won't go away unless she gets what she wants. At Crimson Lights, Phyllis tells Daniel the day is full of possibilities. Billy walks in and the redhead urges him to sit down. She was just telling Daniel about them being a united front, and that they'll do everything possible to keep the Newmans' grubby paws off of Chancellor. When they do, Daniel will get a corner office. Billy asks if Daniel's picked out his chair yet, or if he's running the other direction. Daniel thinks it's gutsy to take on Victor and his bottomless resources. Remind me how many times you've beat him in the past, but the two of you think you can pull it off now? Billy's fine with Daniel questioning him, assuming he's going to fail is practically a national pastime at this point. But when his mother puts her mind to something, she can pull off almost anything. Phyllis feels seen. Daniel is pleased her mother refocused her energy and is looking to the future, but he suggests she take that energy and focus and put it towards something brand new and not owned by Victor Newman. Phyllis says this is about justice and showing Victor he doesn't own the universe. Billy's going to solve this problem and his mother will help him do it. Daniel reminds them people who go against Victor lose. He doesn't want his mother in this war. Billy guesses Daniel is saying he will drag them both down. Victor meets Nick at Society. His son complains that his team is great, but they've got nothing on Sharon. Victor asks what Ian had to say. Nick says he spewed meaningless garbage. He warned him if he hurts Sharon or anyone else in the family, there will be hell to pay. Nick can't shake the feeling he's not working alone. Victor muses that someone else could be responsible for tainting the meds, Heather's death, and Sharon's disappearance. Nick says exactly. If they find that person, they can follow them to Sharon. In the sewer, Sharon agonizes and gasps that she has to get out of there. At Crimson Lights, Billy asks if Daniel thinks their mission is doomed because of him. Daniel can't say, but it's his fight, not Phyllis. Billy says his mother is indispensable and will be rewarded. Daniel points out, if you win. He thinks his mom should put her energy into something reasonable. Phyllis says they can do this. Daniel reminds her Billy iced her out once before. Billy says he's right, but that's when Jill gave him an ultimatum. He thought he could trust his mother, but in the end he lost it all. Daniel doesn't see the logic in going after Victor. Billy predicts a big win with Phyllis on his side. Daniel mocks their confidence and invites them to lay out their plan. Billy isn't willing to share it right now. At Society, Victor thinks Nick is right about Ian working with someone. They have to be on the lookout for another person or even more. Victor says time is running out. At the ranch, Nikki and Victoria are stunned that Claire didn't call the police. Claire says it's because of what Jordan said to her. She came back for me. Victoria says she can never hurt her again. Nikki agrees. She will never have the chance. Claire says it wasn't just a threat, it was more complicated. Pain, loneliness. She told her how much it meant to see her again. Victoria gasps, "You did what?" Nikki tells Claire that no matter what Jordan said, Victoria interrupts to say she must have committed another crime. Claire wants to tell them everything first. She tells them that the prison confirmed she was still there, and that Jordan implied that someone had taken her place. Nikki holds her head. This is insanity. She asks Claire how she ran into her. Claire says she followed her to the overlook from the coffee shop. Victoria finds this to be such a dangerous choice. Claire says she couldn't lose her. She told Jordan she didn't fit in with the family and she was the only one who could understand her. Her instincts kicked in and she told her why. I lied. At Crimson Lights, Billy won't be goaded into sharing anything with Daniel. This makes him think Billy doesn't have a plan. Phyllis tells her son, this is a fight they know they can win. It's good for them and for Daniel. This gives him something in his life right now. A platform to show his genius. Daniel says they can have those things without Chancellor and Billy. If she's doing this for him, he doesn't need it. Daniel would consider working with his mother on something new, with no one else involved. Daniel tells Phyllis he dropped the ball on them working together as he was trying to get Lucy through the holiday season, but now is the time. He tells her he can move past video games. Phyllis says the plan is still Abbott Chancellor. Daniel tells Billy he'll need a plan, then he'll have to implement it, and when that fails, take another tack. He can't hang his future on that. If he and Phyllis were to work together, it could be theirs and not a piece of someone else's dream. Just think about it. He has to go to get Lucy and exits. Billy muses. Well, Phyllis says her son is okay. Billy says it's good to know where he stands. It's pretty clear where he stands on Abbott Chancellor. Phyllis will bring him around. Billy needs to know if she's in, with him, or if she's out. At society, Victor tells Nick he'll do everything in his power to bring Sharon home. If she wasn't found in the water, they're buying time. Nick says there's been no ransom demand. Victor feels they have something in mind, but not murder. Nick's going crazy thinking of her locked up somewhere. Victor says she's the mother of his grandchildren, and no one will hurt her. If this is Ian Ward, he'll have hell to pay. Nick gets a message from Chance about a new development and tells him to come over. At the ranch, Claire tells Victoria and Nikki she was able to get to Jordan. She really wanted to believe the things she said about the Newmans. She describes the satisfaction in her eyes that she thought she would side with her and cling to her. It all makes Victoria's skin crawl. Nikki tells Claire she never has to see her again. Claire says she does have to because Jordan will never give up. No prison can hold her and Newman security can't keep her away. There's only one way. Jordan has to be stopped for good. Victoria warns her to slow down. Claire says she stole Victoria's child and Nikki's variety. They will never be safe. They will never be free. I can't go through this again. Victoria thinks she's giving her aunt too much credit. Claire says she's back and they can't make the same mistake twice. She will hurt more people. She will kill again. There is no other way. Jordan will never stop inflicting her evil on this world, so they have to stop it. They have to do it quickly before she kills again. Jordan has to die. At society, Nick needs to know what Victor's plan is for Ian. Victor says he's coming at him from all sides. He's talked to Michael and Adam. Nick says Michael can go after him with the law, but what can Adam do? Victor says Adam will remind the world who Ian really is with Newman Media. Nick likes that, but he needs to find Sharon as time is running out. Victor vows they'll find her if it's the last thing they do. In the sewer, Sharon struggles and takes a sip of her water. At the ranch, Nikki gets that Claire wants to wipe Jordan off the face of the earth, but she's talking about murder. If she takes her life, she'll think about her more than ever before. She knows from experience. Even in death, Jordan will have won. Claire doesn't believe it, but even if it is, that's her problem. It's a small price to pay to keep them safe. Nikki and Victoria won't lose her and implore that this is not the way. Claire argues that Jordan will kill again if she gets the chance. If someone else dies because she wasn't strong enough to do something, Nikki says it's not her responsibility. Claire thinks it is. She helped her. If she does nothing, she will be her accomplice. They must put an end to her once and for all. At Crimson Lights, Billy tells Phyllis he watched her when Daniel was talking. He could see that she lit up when he mentioned working together. He understands that, but he doesn't think she can trust him when he says, teamwork. Phyllis points out she's sitting there with Billy. He thinks she deserves a top spot at Chancellor. He doesn't want her to play nice. She wants to sit in a corner with Daniel and wait for a payoff. Phyllis tells him to stop talking about her son. Billy hasn't provided any details. We're in the trenches. She expects him to go over things with her. Billy reveals that Daniel's not the first person he's hinted to about the plan. Phyllis throws up her hands. Does he have another partner? Billy tells her, the best way to get Victor is to go through his family. The most logical target is Adam. Phyllis asks how that will get him Chancellor back. Billy is going to destroy.